I want to show you two things. And I'm pretty excited about them. I don't know if this is going to work, but I know one of them does because I've already tried it. All right, let's go. Okay, first off, this thing, it's called Silicone Zone. And this is in a kitchen place like Bed Bath & Beyond, or I think I got this at a kitchen outlet center in Barstow, California on one of my trips down there. Anyway, I bought this, it's probably about 6 years ago. So this probably comes by a whole different name. It's very thin, it's very flexible, and you're supposed to be able to use it in an oven. You know, like put it on a cookie sheet and cook cookies or whatever. Anyway, this has been rolled up in my cupboard for the last 5 years. And what I wanted to do was put glue. This is fabric, this is cotton. And I've wanted to put glue on this, but I couldn't. I knew that if I did it on paper, that chances are it would get stuck to the paper and then I'd have a big mess on the back. I thought I'd try it on wax paper or butcher paper, and I remembered this, so I went and got it, and with my bookbinding glue I put it on here and squirted the glue on. Why don't I go ahead and do it? Okay. I just squirted the glue on. And, oh, goody. Well, I've got stuff falling all over the place here. Okay. So then, still on here, I smeared the glue. And Stampin' Up! Has been trying to get us to promote their dyes and fabric, that you can cut fabric out with the dyes that they have. So I thought I'd give it a try. And it does work. It leaves some hairy edges. I mean, it doesn't cut totally clean. It does cut it out, but it leaves enough, at least on this cotton thing. You see these little hairy edges? So that's why I wanted to put glue on to keep this thing from fraying. Okay, now what I ended up doing was putting this down and just leaving it. I left it on here just like this for a couple hours to let it dry. While I'm trying to get the glue off my fingers. This is the fabric. This is the piece of fabric that I used. And these are the top note things that I've cut out of it. So it works really good in cutting stuff out. So this is one of the pages in this book, in this new book I'm making, and then there's the piece I've made a pocket from the fabric. And I had to clip around to get all these little hairy bits off, the frayed things, but putting this glue on will stop any fraying. But I didn't know what I could use to put the glue on. And I'll show you this book when I get more done with it. Anyway, now this, once the glue dries, this just peels right up. Alright, there's a lady on YouTube, Roxy Car 11, and she uses excuse me, page protectors And, oops, and this Versamark. And, anyway, I'm trying this. I haven't tried this like I did the fabric thing, so we're going to see if this will work or if it's a big mess. Because this is supposed to be heat resistant. Okay, now where's my stuff? All right. This is just embossing powder, clear embossing powder. And I'm going to sprinkle it on. I think I've already thought, I was not thinking. Yep, and nobody else ever does this, do they? Oh my gosh. This embossing powder, okay, this embossing powder is sticking to the whole silicone thing, even where there's not any stuff on. Okay. All right, you don't need to hear this. Just a minute. Okay. All right, I see the stuff. All right. How do I get this? Nope, this way. Okay, right here is where the Versamark and the embossing powder is. And then over here is just the embossing powder. There's no Versamark underneath it. See? But over here is where the Versamark and the embossing powder. Okay, so now back out to normal. So far with the first heating, seems to be okay. Alright, now I'm gonna do this again. And Roxy Car 11 does this 4 times. And she has a little bit of glitter in her stuff, so. Alright, let's put some more on. And then I'll get this off. The thing is, I'm heating this up until I see this stuff melt. And then I'm putting some of this heavier stuff on. And it kind of wants to blow around, but it's melting pretty good. On here. Oh, this is still pretty warm. It's cooling off. Okay. And look at that. That's amazing. That is really amazing.